Hey guys, it's Arabia from ArabiaAskedYou, and this is this week's Bae of the Week. Guys, this is another episode. We have this week Kinky New You. She is an intimate relationship sex coach. I'm so excited to see what she has, what answer she has to my questions. Oh my god, like I have tons of questions. And this week, guys, I'm not doing it like how I normally do my Baes of the Week. I normally typically figure out the questions, I'll ask my guests, but this week I actually asked my viewers. You guys gave me the questions and I'm getting those answers for you. So stay tuned so you can see what she says. Michelle Obama, her so heavy, getting no $1. Michelle Obama, her so heavy, getting no $1. Michelle Obama, her so heavy, getting no $1. CONFIDENT, that's me, I'm confident. Okay guys, so we have Shani Jones, as I've already told you guys, and this week we're going to do something different. We're not going to do my questions. I know. We're going to do actually the questions that the viewers have asked. So I have a ton of questions for you that, I mean, like, and this is the crazy thing. Most of the questions are from men.
Okay.
And I've actually, so all the questions are anonymous, so no one knows who you are. But I have it as far as like men or women ask this question.
Okay.
So first, can we just know like how you got started and tell us a little bit about your company?
So, KNKY started actually because I have been a DC government employee for like the last 20 years, and I was enrolled in a certification program to help establish leadership and transform government processes. But you know, that's a little difficult, and so what I found was that I personally had an interest in sex, and as I finished the certification program for government leadership, I was like, you know, I was introduced to a lot of coaches, and I found a coaching certification program in sex. So through Sex Coach University with Dr. Patty Britton, I enrolled in that course program to become a certified sex coach, and I didn't even know that job existed. So when I realized it did, I was like, wow, I could be a coach and help people through sexual issues and sexual concerns that they may have. And I was like, this is definitely what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Are you single?
I have a boyfriend.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the questions that was asked was by a female, and I guess you kind of answered this, but her question was, how did you become such an expert?
Well, you have your personal experiences, but through the actual coursework, through Sex Coach University, you go through specific examples of sexual concerns that people have, as well as coaching techniques to help them through their concerns. So the personal experience plus the certification program is where my expertise kind of lends from.
This question is from a male. Mm-hmm. What's the best way to find out or ask your partner what their sexual vices are? What pleasures them? Asking for a person that may just be getting out of a physical relation. Maybe just getting physical with someone, and who has a hard time explaining themselves.
There is something that I have introduced, which is, it's not my personal introduction, but if you go to the internet, you can find a yes, no, maybe list. And what a yes, no, maybe list is, the one that I particularly use is about 4 pages of scenarios.
Okay.
From bondage to spanking to being peed on to all kind of fisting. Okay. Fisting is always the one that seems to generate a lot of interest. But
really,
yeah, there are a lot of different.
From men or women?
From both, actually, because you know,
like men wanting to get fist or men wanting to do the fisting.
Men wanting to do the fisting, because you know, when you are taking your fist and the physical aspect of inserting it into your vagina or your anus, you know, there's a pleasure aspect that comes from it for both the female and the male, but the conversation that leads up to that is, you know, kind of questionable at times, because somebody might not feel comfortable in saying, hey babe, you know, I like fisting. How do you really introduce that to your partner?
Right.
So a yes, no, maybe list is an opportunity to say, here's a wide variety of things that are available to us, and how do we go about saying what we are amicable to.
This next one is from a male.
Okay.
And he says, where's the squirt button?
It's called the G-spot.
I'm just giving you the questions. That's what he said. Where is the squirt button?
The squirt button is called the G-spot. And you know what a lot of people don't understand, and this is, I would call it a male issue versus anything else, is that men believe that they can give women orgasms, make women orgasm. But that is completely not the case. Women have to own their own orgasms, and men help them along the way. So if you do, as a man, if you're doing everything that you think you know how to do, but as a female you're not in the mental capacity to be in that space, it doesn't matter what he does, you're not going to squirt, you're not going to come. And every woman has the ability to physically ejaculate, which is what the squirting is, right? They think only men ejaculate. Women ejaculate too. So if you are the woman that is in the right mind and space, and your man can help you along, you can squirt. Hello everyone, I am Shani Jones with KNKY, which stands for Know the New Kinky You, and you're watching Arabia Ask You.
Next question. This is from another male.
Okay.
And it says, how should you introduce your partner to BDSM lifestyle? But I guess you already answered that with doing the whole yes, no, maybe questionnaire. So we'll go to the next one.
No, but there are clubs. Like if you're specifically interested in BDSM, there are introductory clubs that you can find that will help teach you the yes, no's, and maybes about BDSM specifically, because Black Rose is the one that comes to mind as one. But if they offer introductory classes where if you're a newbie, you can come in and say, okay, well, how do I do this? What are the right terms, safe words? Safe words are very important. Consent is very important. You cannot do anything that your partner is not comfortable with. So as you want to engage in that particular lifestyle, there are opportunities for you to introduce yourself to people that have clubs that can teach you the right way to do it.
Next question. It's from a female. What's the easiest way to ride when you have bad knees?
If you have bad knees, and actually, similar, I have a friend who has a back injury, and when he has a back injury, I was telling him that the best way to have sex would be if you are in water, because water eases the tension of sex. So if you have a knee injury, it could be the same way. If you have a tub that's sufficient enough to be able to take some of the weight and pressure off, definitely be able to use water to take some of that off. But if you don't have that situation, I'm trying to figure out how to picture it. On your knees causes pressure. So if you can elevate yourself, like if you can ride with your hands up and your knees up, that takes the pressure off of your knees.
Would that be like a reverse cowgirl? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm just.
But you said it's
from a female, and it says, "What position makes you come faster?" But before we answer that question, do you feel like, because I've told people that it's not we come every single time that we're, I guess, wet. This is just my mind, but isn't that just an orgasm that they're really asking, or are they really saying coming, or are they saying squirting?
Depends on the person, because orgasm is a release of energy. Energy does not have to culminate in a release of a physical expulsion of fluid. So you can come and squirt. You can come and just release energy. So it really just depends on the person and how they define it. So the easiest way to come is being relaxed and in the mood and having your mind and physical sense ready to have that experience. If you have any blockages that prevent that, you're not going to come.
Next question is from a female. It says, does your position determine whether you have a girl or a boy?
No. There are studies that say that happens, and there are actually, if you go to some in vitro fertility places, they can extrapolate sperm to try to help design that, but that costs thousands of dollars.
Right.
Childbirth is a mystery, so just take it or leave it as you get it, but being on top does not get you a girl, and being on the bottom does not get you a boy.
Questions from a male. What exercises help improve your sex drive, your sex game?
Pelvic control exercises, Kegels. Is
for men.
For both men and women. Kegel exercises where you are training your pelvic to tighten up. So it's basically just sitting and, tightening your...
Well, I know how to do it for a woman, but I've never seen a man do it. Well, I guess I could never see it.
But men's issues are not typically related to the exercise itself. It's usually related to masturbatory practices. So if you have a man that has traditionally masturbated and they do it quickly, like they have to very quickly get off, then their sensation is to
quickly have sex.
So if you have a man that can elongate the masturbatory experience and delay the ejaculation, because early ejaculation is a problem for a lot of men. So if you can learn to delay the ejaculation, then you can learn to elongate the experience when you're having sex with a woman.
It's from a male. Are most women too shallow to deal with the guy with a small penis, even if the sex is good?
No. I can't speak for most women, but I think that for the majority of women who have a gratifying sexual experience, that the size of the penis really doesn't matter. And you don't know how to compensate either through physical touch, oral sex, or, making what you have work, then she's not going to be satisfied. You can have a big penis and have the same issues. You can have a 12-inch dick and have the same issues, but if you don't know what to do with it to satisfy your woman, you're going to have those problems. Size of penis really doesn't matter.
Is squirting basically peeing?
No. There is two different shafts. It's like with men you have the Vans deferens, and when you are sexually aroused, you are cut off from being able to urinate, and the ejaculation is semen or the seminal fluid. Same thing for women. When you feel, if you're in the moment, and I can speak to this personally, if you're in the moment and you feel like you're about to pee, but you're in a sexual moment, it's not pee. I will give you a test. Go smell it. If you smell the sheets afterwards and you smell acidic, that's urine. It's not going to be there if you were in a sexual moment.
Okay, so we're going to stop, guys, and this is going to be part 1 of this video, so stay tuned for part 2.